Intelligence runs in the crow's family, and as with most geniuses, crows and their relatives tend to be misunderstood. I'm heading to the coast of Kenya, Bamburi Beach, specifically to meet my coal friends, reuniting and connecting once again. Very excited about this great weekend. Crows are incredibly clever overall and especially brainy. In fact, according to one study, the crow's brain is the same relative size of that of a chimpanzee brain. Humans have long recognized the craftiness of crows as seen in centuries of stories, casting the birds as thieves, problem solvers, wise advisors to gods, or even deities themselves. Yet we also tend to stereotype these birds, overlooking many of their complexities to brand them as spooky, troublesome, or outright wicked. Fortunately, our appreciation of their intelligence has soared in recent years, thanks to research exploring they can do with all that brain power. Crows tend to be opportunistic and creative, commonly exploiting new food sources or adapting new feeding strategies to make their lives easier. For example, crow is known to catch its own fish, in some cases even using bread or other food as bait to lure the fish. Crows don't just use tools, they also make them. In the early 1960s, primatologist Jane Goodall shocked the world with her discovery that while chimpanzees use twigs as tools to catch termites, debunking the idea that humans are the only tool-using species. There's an Ethiopian story of how the crow was so thirsty it wanted to drink water. There was water in a jug, but then the water was too low and the neck was too narrow for the crow to get the water from the jug. So it started dropping pebbles inside the jug so the water could rise, and eventually it did, and the crow was able to drink water. Crows are also famous for holding funerals when none of their kind has died. In some cases, the crows may keep a vigil over their fallen bird for days on end. Could they be really having mourning? We don't know, but it just seems like. Apparently the noise they make all the time, they are kind of transmitting important information, the identity of a seemingly dangerous person to their families and companions, a good person at times, or just some information they just pass around. Learning to identify humans could be a valuable skill for urban crows, since some of us are dangerous, some neutral, and some are helpful. Wild crows seems largely indifferent to the faces of people who haven't wronged them, and can also form positive relationship with us. Like the girl in Seattle who's famously received some gifts from crows. That's a very, very interesting thing. She fed them and they were there bringing things to her, and she is collected as I'm showing on this video. Crows are not only social birds but are also more family oriented than many other people may realize. They mate for life, meaning for a mated pair will typically stay together for the rest of their lives, but their family lives may also be a little more complicated than that suggests. Crows are monogamish, but genetically promiscuous. This means they generally stay with one partner for life, but genetic analysis show that male crows only father about 80% of their family's offsprings. At a family level, a crow family may include as many as 15 individuals, with offspring from 5 different years all pitching in to help. It's unclear how this evolved, but it may help delay the dispersal of young crows when there isn't enough open territory nearby for them to come to claim they stick around. I must overemphasize that crows are very intelligent. It's common for people to verify crows, often focusing on unwanted behavior but overlooking more relatable or redeeming qualities. Crows, for once, has been subjected to extermination attempts in the past, including persecution. Those efforts ultimately failed, however, and thanks largely to its intelligence and adaptability, the crow is now more common than ever. Crows are large of habitats, including farms, towns, and big cities. While any species has an inherent right to exist, we are especially lucky to have brainies like the crows living among us. They can help us learn more about our own intelligence, but also remind us how much we still have in common with the wildlife all around us. All life is one life.